Today we're going to be building some cabinet drawers, the kind that when you open the doors, they go in here, you know, kind of this aftermarket style where you can add them to an existing cabinet. And these are some that I got online, and after buying them, I look at them and the construction is so simple on these. I mean, they've got some plywood, unfinished plywood, some glue, I assume, in there, and then just 18 gauge nails is what it looks like, brad nails, kind of tacking it together until the glue dries. And so I look at this and say, hey, I can make this myself. And so I'm actually going to make some for my mother-in-law after seeing kind of how much more storage we get out of this pantry cabinet with these drawers in here. I'm gonna go ahead and make some. And I'm going to do pretty similar construction as this, kind of simpler construction, not planning to use screws if I don't have to hold the drawers together, mainly relying on the glue and the brad nails. I am gonna beef up the drawer slides, and so you can see what's on here. This is like the cheapest possible drawer slide, and then this is like heavy duty. This is almost 2 inches deep. This is a 100-pound capacity with two of these, and these are soft close, full extension. This is only 3/4 extension or whatever, you know, where it doesn't come all the way out of the cabinet. And the back part of the drawer there doesn't quite reach out here. Anyway, you can see all our snacks in here. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start cutting up the pieces to throw these drawers together. All right, so in lieu of a track saw or a fancy table saw that can handle an entire sheet of plywood, what I'm going to be using is a 4-foot level, clamp down, and use that as a straight edge for my circular saw. So this is kind of the poor man's solution to hopefully make straight cuts. I've done it kind of this way before on doors, to cut doors that were a little too tall. So this is kind of very similar process, and hopefully this will get straight enough cuts that this will look good. And you can see I've got an inch of insulation foam board under here, and so that's so that, you know, where I set the saw depth, it's going to be a little bit deeper than the thickness of the material, so that's so that I don't hit the table. You know, that gives me something I can cut into as kind of sacrificial material that it doesn't matter if I cut through that with my saw. Okay, so my plan here is I've got 3 different cabinets. Each cabinet I want to have 2 drawers, and the drawers are going to be about 22 inches deep. So my plan is to make whatever the width of the drawers is. I'm going to cut that wide of strips here, and then I'm going to get 2 drawer bottoms out of that. The far side of the blade needs to be right on that line, so I'm measuring from the fence here to the other side of the blade. I think that's more like 1.5 inches. Yeah, it's pretty much 1.5 inches. So we're going to add 1.5 inches. So if that was 31 7/8, then plus 1.5 inches, 32, 33 3/8. So we're right here. Okay, so that's where we're going to put the straight edge. Let's see if we can get this tight with the foam board. How's that look? That's pretty square right there. Okay, I think this is gonna work. For the saw, we've got a finish / plywood blade on here, 40 teeth, and I'm gonna set my depth. This material is 1/2 inch basically, so I think we'll dial it in at about 5/8, a little over. About there. Make sure we're zeroed out in this direction, and just got to keep it nice and straight, nice and tight against that fence. There you go, that's pretty nice. That's it, that's about as good as the factory edges. And then that's going to be the edge of my next set of drawers. Okay, so we've got all of these cut to width. We've got 3 pieces for the bottoms of the drawers, and now the next thing is going to be cutting the depth. And so each of these pieces is 4 feet wide. I'm going to make it 22 inches deep, and then I'm going to try to get 2 drawers out of each of these. So this is the size for one of the cabinets, and so I'm going to have 2 drawers, bottom and top. And so anyway, so I'm going to cut 22 and then another 22. And then, depending how much is left at the front of the drawers for maybe one of the drawers, maybe both. We'll see. We'll see how much we have left on that end. I guess we'll try to do the same thing. So if we're going for 22 here, we add 1.5 inches. That's 23.5, and then we'll just run this on in the same direction, I guess. 22. 23.5. Alright. Now I don't know if this is going to be tight enough if I just clamp this to the foam over here. We'll find out.
It's a flower for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's what I was left with after getting 2 22s out of the 4-foot wide board. Then I'm left with a piece that's just under 4 inches because the blade thicknesses and stuff. And I was debating cutting this in half and then basically getting 2 fronts, or a front and a back, out of this. But after consulting the females of the village, it was decided that the drawers should be taller to keep all the Tupperware in and stuff. So I think I'm going to rip these down. I got to rip them down a little bit just to get them consistent, and they're not all the exact same width. And then I've also got to rip down several more pieces, a lot more pieces. So I think I'll probably take it down to like 3. Well, I'm planning on 3.5, I guess. Probably go like 3 3/4. If I did these smaller, I almost could have got all of this out of one 4x8 sheet, but now making these sides taller, that's a lot more material, and so I'm going to end up using a good portion of the second sheet. We're out here now with our party lights, and I also got my custom work light set up here, random power cord and 3 bulb sockets. We got the table saw set up here. I got this set at 3 3/4 inches, 24 pieces to make the 4 sides for 6 drawers. So anyway, I think that will take some time to get all these down to length, but then it's pretty fast to throw these together. I think I'll like assemble the four sides first and just kind of make that open box, and then put the bottom on, and that's it, right? And there's only 6 of them, so do that 6 times and we're done. And I think I'm gonna wait to put the slides on until I'm on site and see how where the hinges are laid out on the cabinets, and make sure I've got them in the right place, the slides on the right place here to not interfere with the hinges. See the rest of this drawer build, then of course subscribe, follow the rest of the videos.